Welcome to your live continuing NAB 2015 Teradek coverage here from the Las Vegas Convention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Michael Artsis. Thanks so much for joining us. This is day 3 of NAB. Good morning, everybody. This is unbelievable. First of all, we are in the Teradek. We're on the Teradek set in the Vitek booth, and the Vitek company is amazing. They have a ton of brands, including Teradek under their umbrella. They also have Manfrotto, Sackler, Anton Bauer, AutoScript, AutoQ. Don't forget about light panels, Vinton, O'Connor, and a ton of other great brands, including Bexel. And Greg is here from Bexel. You guys do so many different things. First of all, you have Camera Corps, which we're using the Camera Corps cameras, the cue ball cameras here right now. Then you have Global Services, which is an integrator. And of course, you guys do productions as well and support productions. So if I have a production anywhere in the world and I want you to come in and completely set everything up and do it, you will go from as little as, here's your gear and rent it to me, as big as laying all the cable and running the entire production. My favorite example is the show Utopia, because you guys cabled the jungle for Fox to shoot this show, not only cabled the jungle, you hung cameras and lights and did all this stuff everywhere and fibered it so that you could do this amazing production on Utopia. You do the US Open and all sorts of other great stuff. Thanks for joining us.
Great, thanks Mike, thanks for having me here. Excited. Yeah, like you said, day 3, you know. Good to get off the feet for a minute.
I bet it is. Your knees are probably hurting a little.
Yeah.
I mean, this is 2 million square feet. You've probably walked it, what, 3 times already?
I haven't walked it much because it's been such a great show. I've just been at the booth, you know, talking to customers and spreading the great news about growing, not just Bexel's growth, but the entire Vitek group.
And you guys are really growing now, especially with your 4K coverage. How many 4K cameras you have and the workflows behind it as well?
Yeah, we're pretty excited. So for our rental division, you know, we're invested heavily in the F5, F55. That camera, we can use the 55 for 4K live applications. We just did some work with NAB down in Australia for cricket.
So I think what's interesting about that is, years ago when the DSLRs first came on the scene, everybody got really excited about shallow depth of field and DSLRs and this great look you could get and the fact that you could change lenses. And that's what you've been doing with cinema cameras forever. And we did a live production with the Nikon D800s. As soon as they came out, HDMI out. They were the first camera to have full HDMI out clean. And everybody thought we were crazy at first. Why would you want to use a DSLR for a live video production? And I said, because you can get this great shallow depth of field and you can control the image quality better. And then when everybody saw the live production, they were like, wow, that looks amazing. And they got it. We used these beautiful Nikon 600 millimeter glass, f2.8. It was unbelievable. And so I think that showed us and a lot of other people that you do want to use cinema cameras in a live workflow because they can look amazing. And so now you can do that with the Sony F55 and a lot of other cameras like that. In fact, I saw yesterday we had on set, Off Hollywood has created a box for the Reds and for the weapon that you'll be able to come out live, SDI out live. And so maybe we'll see a red in the live work production flow.
Perhaps, yeah, perhaps, maybe.
So that's pretty exciting though, right?
It is exciting. You know, listen, the technology moves so fast. A company like Bexel, you know, we listen to the customer. The customer comes to us, they tell us what they want to do, we help them find the right solution, and then we purchase that right product. So in line with the 4K, it's not just the 55, but we've committed to Sony for the new 4300. Our first commitment is to 20 of those, and we're excited about that. You can actually see one of those in our stand. It's the only one on the show floor outside of the Sony booth. 4300 cameras in the Bexel stand, so pretty excited about
20 of them.
20 right out of the gate.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. They've sold 100 is my understanding, and we're 20 of them. So
wow.
That's pretty cool, right?
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. Hey, sorry, go ahead.
No.
Yeah,
what were you
I was
going
to say, you know, that the inventory we're talking about, like the F55, the F55 is such a great camera for a company like Bexel because we can use it in the live application, but then we can spin it right to our traditional production rental business and do our cine work and our reality, which has also adopted that camera. So it's just a great versatile camera.
Well, and I think the thing is is the buying power that you guys have, because you're part of the Vitek group and because you guys do so well on your own too, is that the buying power allows you to have all this inventory and makes it the perfect place to come to do your production, but also you guys have the knowledge base, and to you it doesn't matter, you want to give everybody what's the right thing for their job. You don't care if they rent an F55 or if they rent a Varicam. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day, as long as they have the right equipment for their project.
That's absolutely right. I mean, Bexel is a full service provider, like you mentioned early on. You know, we can come to you with our application, what you need for your application, or we can work together with your team.
And you have integrated the European division completely with the United States division now, and you've got global services globally, and also Camera Corp is now fully integrated into Bexel.
Yeah, that's actually one of the big things we're launching here at the show this year is the launch of Bexel Global Broadcast Solutions. And what that is bringing together the existing Bexel business that's in the United States and partnering and bringing it together with the services division in EMEA, which is the camera store, the Camera Core, AutoQ, and the AutoScript hire business. So we're all under one family now. We're excited about this year. We're rolling out services, both the things that Bexel does in the US to EMEA, and the great specialty products that Camera Core has, hopefully deeper into the United States as well.
We were talking about the Camera Core last night at dinner. The cameras are amazing. These are literally broadcast quality cameras. They're like this big. We're using them now. These images are coming off cameras that are this big, that are pan, tilt, and zoom. You can hide them anywhere. People walk by here, they think we're doing radio. They don't even realize because they can't find the cameras. And then AutoScript is unbelievable. I mean, the clarity on these teleprompters, there's one about 25 feet from me that's being used as a demo, and every time it spins around, I look at it and I can read from here. In fact, right now I'm looking at it off the corner of the set, and I'll read the script. Well, it's gone now. It's scrolled up, but I read the word news. It's unbelievable that that's 25 feet from me. I'm not even squinting.
The AutoScript, the AutoQ products are just they're top in their class. And Bexel, we're excited about expanding the prompting rental hire business from the UK into the US through our New York facility. So
that's excellent. And what about the fact that you have had some of the most amazing jobs come through? You do the US Open, you did this Utopia project. What was your favorite project that you guys have worked on?
There's been a lot of good projects. I'll tell you, I mean, they're two different projects. The US Open, large broadcast event, sporting event, which is right in the Bexel wheelhouse. But, a project like Utopia, that's just one of a few of these large scale productions that we've done. Glass House, Hell's Kitchen, we've been on Apprentice since day one. Utopia, though, was amazing. Tauper Productions came to Bexel when Fox hired them to produce the show. It was out in the hills of outside Los Angeles on Sable Ranch, which is a very well-known set for many years. They've been shooting westerns there. We installed an entire infrastructure. They built a city. We did fiber cabling from the production city about a half a mile to the set, and then incorporated 160 different robotic cameras. It was amazing. We were there for about a month to do it, and we built one of the biggest control rooms, probably the biggest control room reality television has ever seen.
Unbelievable. How do you sell a job like that when they call and they say, hey, this is what we're trying to do? And how do you figure out every little component, every little, I need a cross-converting box. How do you know every single little thing?
It's interesting because the reality production business is very competitive with the equipment vendors, but with a show like Utopia, no other vendor was ever considered because production knew that the reputation that Bexel had was they were the only company that could pull it off. So we did. We dove in day one and started getting involved in the plot plan and the tech spec. We worked very closely with telemetrics to upgrade their entire camera control system to be able to manage all these cameras. We had purchased a larger router. We had engineers on site from day one until the very last day of shooting.
Wow.
So
that's pretty amazing.
It was a great partnership, actually. Yeah. I think we'll be doing more with Talpa.
And what's The Apprentice like? That's got to be a pretty amazing show to work on, especially from the beginning.
Yeah, since day one. Almost, I think, 14 complete seasons. Pretty neat. They get up to about 24 ENG cameras that then we bring into the boardroom to create a fly pack. So you have a fly pack infrastructure, and then the cameras just come in, they plug and play. Then they go out, take them off, and do their reality.
Wow.
So we've been doing that since 2003.
And there are 24 cameras in that room.
The control room or the boardroom gets up to about 18, which is amazing, right?
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
18.
Yeah, 24 total cameras,
but
full
18
surveillance.
ENG.
18, yeah. These days they're shooting on the F800.
Wow.
The Sony F800. I think when we first started, it was way back on the 790 Digibeta camera.
They were shooting that on Digibeta?
Yeah, initially, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did you say? 14 seasons. That's got to be at least 10 years ago.
It's 2003, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the heyday, they were shooting a couple seasons a year. They've slowed down a little bit. So.
But that's unbelievable. That boardroom is completely fabricated, though. It's not a real boardroom. It's a set.
Right. It's a set. It's all shot inside Trump Tower. And in the early days, the cast lived.
Right, in Trump Tower.
Yeah. Now it's the celebrities, so they put them at a nice hotel, right? Yeah, they don't quite slum it like.
Oh, slum it at Trump Tower. That sounds terrible. I can't imagine that.
Right.
Oh wow! I'll tell you what. I'll slum it anytime they want to put me up in Trump Tower. I'll go hang out there.
Yeah.
So, what other reality shows have you worked on that have been super fun?
Super fun. Hell's Kitchen is a great production. It's a great cast. It's through Upper Ground, which is part of ITV. We've been with them since either the first or second season. That's exciting. We did Glass House several years ago. We do a lot of the Housewives work.
What's that like? Do you have to take out extra insurance on the cameras in case a shoe hits the camera?
There is some drama.
Yeah.
Our staff has witnessed some drama. Yeah, so there've been a couple spin-offs from the Housewives.
Sure,
so,
of course.
It's a great business.
Very cool.
The services, the rental business. This is the exciting part of being at Vitech, right? So lots of cool projects.
I bet the reality shows are great because you could have 8 spin-offs. So you're like, oh, here we go. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So what about how people get in touch with you guys? I know you do, literally, you can do anything from the smallest job all the way to the biggest. And again, it's as easy as saying, oh, you need a microphone, here you go, rent it, or as big as coming out and literally doing what you did for Utopia.
Listen, we'll take it all. We're interested. We're a rental company. We have a group of staff that manage the transactional business and are there for the last minute call or the new filmmaker that wants to come in and get some help and get some training. And then we also have a very highly qualified sales staff, very technical, as well as the best engineers in the world. I think that Bexel's reputation for engineering far exceeds any other company in our services business. So we're there for you, and we're looking for you, and now you know where to find us. We're located in Los Angeles, Dallas, Texas, New York, New Jersey, Washington D.C., and now in London.
And you're really global. You can go anywhere, you can travel, you can get anywhere.
What's funny? This whole idea of this global launch is really, we've been doing it for 30 years. I mean, Bexel's been on some of the biggest projects around the world for decades. We have a very good relationship with the OBS for the Olympics. We've been providing them fly pack solutions for swimming and gymnastics and events for decades now. London, Beijing, Winter Olympics. We had a large crew in Sochi doing not just fly pack runs, but we did the entire infrastructure of temporary cabling for fiber on the mountain through Scott Nardelli's group, who you had yesterday.
Amazing. Yeah, we had a really great conversation. What a great guy. Very interesting, and he's saying fiber is going to be the future of video transmission and everything transmission.
Yeah, that group is doing some great things. From the temporary infrastructure to the permanent infrastructure that I'm sure he spoke about in some of the NFL stadiums. Not just some, I think all of the NFL stadiums. So.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty.
All the NFL stadiums.
Yeah, all the instant replay.
And they need a lot of cabling. Trust me, I see it when I walk through those tunnels. It's like a city of cabling. I think you guys do the most cabling in the entire nation.
What's funny is Scott's group takes all that cabling and they make it onto this much cable, right?
Yes.
So it's pretty cool stuff.
Greg, thank you so much. Bexel, it's an amazing company. You got to find out about them. Bexel.com for more. Of course, they're part of the Vitech group, and we'll be back with a whole lot more of your live continuing Teradek NAB 2015 coverage live from the Las Vegas Convention Center right after this. Don't go anywhere.